leprechaun dressed in green, the tiniest man that you have seen. If you ever catch me, so it's told, I'll give you my big pot of gold. I'm a little leprechaun, imagine that, with my little green boots and my big green hat. At the end of the rainbow, so it's told, you will find my pot of gold. I'm a little leprechaun dressed in green, the tiniest man that you have seen. If you ever catch me, so it's told, I'll give you my big pot of gold. I'll give you my big pot of gold.
The top of the morning to you. As you know by now, if you didn't before, today is St. Patrick's Day, and that's a traditional Irish greeting. Many of the traditions about St. Patrick that we're familiar with are either of doubtful origin or come not from Ireland, but from the United States. Perhaps most surprising of all is that St. Patrick was never actually canonized as a saint, although he is generally regarded as one throughout the world. Also, the color that was originally associated with St. Patrick was not green, but blue. So, as I share a little of St. Patrick's history with you today, just remember that there's a pinch of good Irish blarney thrown in along with the story. Traditionally, Patrick was born in the year 415, not in Ireland, but on the west coast of Britain, in the late period of Roman rule. He probably grew up on a small farm, but his family was well-to-do, since his father was a magistrate. Patrick grew up with a knowledge of the Christian faith, but no great commitment to it in his teenage years. At the age of 16, his life changed forever. Irish raiders attacked his village, killing, pillaging, and taking slaves back to Ireland, among them the young Patrick. He was forced to tend sheep and pigs and found himself living in a wild and unfriendly land with a pagan religion that indulged in human sacrifice and whose druids practiced magic and divination. Patrick continued his hard life as a shepherd, enduring cold, hunger, thirst, and loneliness in an unforgiving wilderness. But as he did so, he began to remember the faith he had known of in his youth and to pray constantly. His simple but growing faith carried him through those difficult years. According to Patrick's own writings, after 6 years, he heard a voice telling him that a ship was ready to take him home. Patrick escaped on foot and made the 200-mile journey to the coast. He persuaded the ship's captain to take him on board and finally made the journey home. Patrick studied Christianity, receiving Bible training, committing himself to the church, and, according to tradition, eventually becoming a bishop. But he couldn't forget the people of the land where he'd spent those 6 hard years, and he had a vision calling him back to Ireland. Patrick returned to Ireland to preach the gospel. He knew from his previous experience that it wouldn't be easy, but he never gave up. His practice was to go first to the king of each domain and preach to him. Each time, the king either gave up the old religion and turned to Christ, or at least allowed Patrick to preach in his kingdom. Patrick baptized thousands of new believers, and his work changed the country, so that by the end of the 5th century, Ireland was a Christian nation. One of the secrets of Patrick's success was to incorporate Irish culture into Christian lessons. He used bonfires to celebrate Easter, since the Irish were used to honouring their gods with fire. And he superimposed the sun, a powerful Irish symbol, onto the cross to create what is now called the Celtic cross, to make it more familiar to the Irish. Patrick spent the remainder of his life working tirelessly for the Irish people and acting as their spiritual shepherd. Christian history credits Patrick as the first missionary to Ireland, a strong defender of the doctrine of the Trinity, and a humble man of God who truly loved the flock God entrusted to him. And to finish our meditation on the patron saint of Ireland, here's a traditional favourite from the Emerald Isle.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you, must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But when ye come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I shall hear though soft you tread above me, and all my grave will warmer, sweeter be. For you will bend and tell me that you love